Previously on Expedition.
It doesn't take very long for the harsh realities of Africa to set in.
Come on, that's good. Give me that med kit quick, guys.
I will never not push on an expedition.
Pasquale?
Yeah, we know we're going. Come on, 20.
You know there are things at home in that environment and that you're sort of walking into a trap.
I don't want to get caught out here. Seriously, it's fine. Do you think Pasquale knows where we're going now?
No.
Hey, dude, don't keep telling me which way to go, guys. I know where I'm going.
Oh, God.
And now on Expedition.
The minute it starts raining, you find yourself no longer trekking, but suddenly surviving.
Until you've taken a teammate that you love and wrapped their body in a tarp, and you don't understand it.
When the world's greatest explorer, Dr. David Livingstone, vanished deep in the heart of uncharted Africa, a young journalist, Henry Morton Stanley, began a desperate search that would become one of the greatest adventures of all time. Now, using only a compass and basic maps, 4 modern-day explorers are on a quest to relive the most grueling parts of Stanley's 970-mile journey to find Dr. Livingstone.
It's starting to sprinkle, you guys.
We got out of the Makata plane just in time.
We're lucky to get out of Makata Plain. Yeah, because the Usagars, it looks like from this sand, the Usagars is probably rock. I would say it's more rock than mud up there.
It looks so dry though, doesn't it? I think we'd be lucky if we had this rain up there.
I wouldn't be lucky. I don't like rain anywhere. Any expedition, I don't like rain.
We've got a ticking clock because if the rainy season catches up to us, it may cost us the rest of the expedition.
We're lucky to stop raining. So let's take a look at this map. See what's in store for us here. If you look at the distances, we've covered about a quarter of the distance of our expedition. Just imagine that, what we've been through. Huh?
For Stanley, coming into the Cigarros was the point of no return for the expedition. Stanley decided this was his do or die. If he got through the Cigarros, he wasn't going to turn back. He was only going to go forward.
So basically we are right here. But it does look like, you know, we've got about 5 miles to the pass at 4,900.
So we got some elevation tomorrow.
We do.
We've got to think about resupply because we're pretty well out of a lot of our essentials.
How far to the first village, then?
It looks like it's a small village right here. Looks like a camp. We should probably get some provisions. Another thing to think about here too, it's not a straight line and there's no compass coordinates on it, which means that we really can't.
We're going to need a local guide.
We're going to need a local guide. When I start getting to the mountains, I can no longer use that compass bearing because the trail is just weaving all over the place and there's hundreds of trails. In that instance, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll ask directions from a local or get a local guide. Everybody ready? All the early explorers used a guy named C.D. Bombay, who was a local Tanzanian. He was their main man, their head porter, their guide.
Can we look at these trees? I know we keep moving, but...
You know,
Sorry, Pasquale. It's just such a sight, isn't it?
What are they?
The euphorbia.
Yeah, it's euphorbia.
Look at this latex, this white sap pouring out of this tree. It looks poisonous, and it sure is poisonous. You can get into trouble if you put a bit of meat on, you try and roast that meat over a fire using this wood, then that wood will poison the meat. This euphorbia is a prime example of why it's important to smell the trees, take in the environment and spend time moving through it so that you can get to know it and see it as less of a threat and more like a friend.
Okay, 20. Jeez, it's cold, right? Guys, I know it's beautiful, life's good, but you know, we can't keep going off our bearing. Throughout the expedition, we've had to hold up for 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, to constantly stop the expedition.
Can we look at these sausage trees? I know we keep moving, but...
because of the need of Benedict to dawdle.
Sorry, Pasquale. It's just such a sight, isn't it?
What are they?
Sausage tree.
It's they're fruity bodies, but unfortunately they're useless. You can't eat them. You can't use them as a gourd. They look great, don't they?
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Stanley had pushed so hard through the Makata Plains that it really became a situation where his men really started to hate him at that point, both the Porters and his white compatriots. And there was almost a mutiny. In fact, one of Stanley's own compatriots, Shaw, actually tried to shoot Stanley in his own tent. So it was a difficult time, a turning point for Stanley. And I wonder if it's going to be the same for us.
Okay, it's steep up here. Together we shall climb. Hey, you know, here's a local. Let's see if he knows the way. Hujambo.
Jambo.
Hey, Hujambo. Ask him if he lives here.
He lives here.
Would he mind helping just guide us through this part where we don't know where we're going? Okay, Sante. And he knows exactly, right? He won't get us lost in the mountains.
No.
Do you know where we're going?
Yes.
I just felt some drops.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scrabble for kindling in a sec.
Usually it starts with big winds.
It's not the wind I'm worried about.
It's gonna pour here in about...
Okay, I'm gonna stop and
Yeah,
collect
it's gonna
kindling.
pour in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just have to get kindling because without a fire we're gonna shiver away on the mountainside. In any survival situation, you've got to try and remain dry. If your clothes get wet, you're in trouble. You need fire to warm yourself up. So I'm gathering kindling before the downpour. Otherwise, we're not going to get a fire.
It's getting chillier already.
Cold, it's cold, it's gonna be cold. But does anybody want to get their rain gear out?
What about our guys?
Yeah, I don't think they have anything.
We did notice when we were going through the cigars, a lot of our porters didn't have rain gear. We are very concerned about those things. Should we secure a tarp and just put our stuff under it now? And just see if we can brace ourselves for this? I'm afraid it's going to come down.
Oh, it's gonna pour here just
Yeah.
shortly.
And they got nothing to
Yeah,
keep
the
them
winds
dry.
are coming now. The winds will start coming.
But I mean, we could just wait it out
Yeah.
for a little bit. I want to make sure that we're going to take care of our guys. So that means getting up a rain shelter as quickly as I can. So what we've done is we've pulled a tarp, we've piled all the gear in one center pile. We're all just going to get under it and just take shelter, kind of wait out the rainstorm here. Is there enough room under here? Everybody grabbing in for a second?
I think this is going to be more than a small shower. I think we're going to get stuck here because it's getting late.
We've got a major rainstorm blowing in. You can see the big black clouds, and the question we have now is, do we continue on and just try to get to camp? Or do we go ahead and bundle down here, maybe let the heavy of the rain pass?
All right, I just want to make sure that there's enough room for everybody.
None of our bags are waterproof, so everything will get soaking wet.
It just feels funny to stop now when it's not raining yet
I know.
and then be stuck here. That's the problem.
Let's get the rest of the backpacks under there.
Maria thinks it's a mistake we should go on.
Guys, give me your pack and we can get these under here.
I think here in the Saguaro Mountains, we don't have the luxury of time to wait for the rains. We need to race through here. We need to get to a camp and try and beat these rains.
Hold it down, guys.
Hold it down. You're gonna get some big wind here.
The minute it starts raining, you find yourself no longer trekking, but suddenly surviving.
Wait this out for a second.
I feel like we should push through.
Well, I don't know, man. Look at this coming in over here. Once this stuff gets wet, they're going to be
I
cold.
realize that. If we get stuck out here, it'd basically be impossible to camp.
Still
I'm
coming
just
in.
saying we're going to be here a long time.
We
That's
might,
all.
yeah, we might have to.
We might be
Well, let's
staying
see
here
what happens.
once it gets dark. We have no light. You're completely exposed. You can't set anything up. The terrain is muddy. You just can't do it. You can't even start a fire out here. We're gonna get stuck here because it's getting late. I mean, it'd just be a dire situation.
It's a little bit crowded in there. I mean, we want to keep the gear dry and the guys that don't have any rain gear at all.
Let's get out of here after that 20 minutes. As soon as it lightens up, let's take
Yeah.
off. Let's take off.
It might not, though.
That's what my fear was.
We were hurting for water before. Now, I don't know which is worse.
I wonder if this is the beginning of the rains.
Well, they say it's building towards from the west.
Seemed like it. Seemed like it.
Once the rainy season begins, it just doesn't stop. The rain doesn't let up. It's 24/7 rain, or at the very least, rain all day with tiny little spurts of dry moments, but never sunshine and never dry enough that you actually dry out or that anything else dries out. Really, there's nothing worse than an expedition during the rainy season.
Squally, it looks like it's clearing over that ridgeline.
Yeah. Okay, guys, come on out. Ready?
Let the water run over it.
That was totally the right call, though, you guys.
I was very impressed with Kelvin because he had just a great idea. The rain stopped and we were all dry.
Kev, what do you think, dude?
Yeah, feels good.
You want to try to get it to camp?
It's important that the firewood stays dry.
We've got maybe 2 hours tops of daylight. We've really got to get going.
Everybody ready? Okay, Twende, let's go. Nenda. Be careful.
It's going to be really nasty hiking.
I know it is with this
Just
mud.
sliding down trails.
Hope it stop raining. Okay, river crossing. We have 45 minutes of light. We definitely, in one of these villages, need to get water, food, and resupplies.
Going through the cigarros, lots of the villages are simply just mud huts. And the whole thing is just, it's really remarkable to me. People with very little to their names, going about their daily lives with no special comforts or anything like that.
Have you got an estimate as to how far it is?
There's a potential campsite right over here.
So this is the camp?
Let's go look, and it's not bad over here.
We gotta have a
Use the
tree.
baobab.
Yeah, well, there's a huge baobab here.
Hey, Pasquale,
Yeah.
there's a village right there.
Let's just go look, see what they got, huh? Clouds,
We've just found
you know what
a
I
pretty
mean?
good place to camp, and there's a village right over here that we're hoping we can get our supplies at.
You know what?
Looks a bit abandoned. There's a woman there. Because we're so limited in how much we can actually carry through the expedition, and we have no time to go fishing or to hunt. We're totally relying now on the villages in order to get the food we need.
Julius.
Levina.
Levina. I'm asking if there's anything we can buy.
What'd they say?
No.
So there's no food here.
It's a little concerning because we haven't been eating properly. All of us have lost weight. And when you come into a village, you might just be meeting 3 or 4 people with a stack of 5 tomatoes, which is not nearly enough to feed all of us.
Hey guys, let's move the bags in tight in case we have to tarp them again quick. Everybody okay? Y'all getting hungry, right? We're gonna get some good food, okay?
We're really only eating 1 meal a day. We're subsisting on sugary tea, handfuls of dates and nuts. You know, occasionally we can buy a chicken. There hasn't been a whole lot to look forward to. Again, it gives us a really good appreciation for what Stanley went through on his journey. Better keep an eye on these clouds again, guys.
It looks like another small village up here.
I am starving. Jumbo, we're looking to buy some food.
So come with me inside here.
Is that meat in there? Beef?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
we need meat. Listen, we're all losing a lot of weight. This
No,
would be really
that's
good to
where-
have some protein.
And,
Do you have barbecue sauce? I was just so happy. I was overjoyed, actually. We finally were able to buy some food, and we now have sort of a reason to celebrate.
well, guys, we tried to find a hamburger for you. We couldn't find any
They
hamburgers.
didn't have any hamburger, but we did do one better. We got
Steak.
fresh steak. We're gonna barbecue tonight.
Guys, it's built the biggest fire you've ever seen. Julius, it's gonna pour in a little bit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
To make a fire in pouring rain, 3 grades of firewood is what you need. Most important one being the straw. type, because what you've got to do is build up heat. So straw's the easiest thing to catch. Then you need the slightly bigger twigs, and then you need the heavier stuff. These other chunky ones, you can always break off the bark and get the wood underneath. So it's a race against time now. You've got to shove on the bigger, damper twigs so that it starts building. We have fire, Maria.
That's a great fire.
People think that because you're in Africa, you'll be absolutely fine. You won't get hypothermia or anything, any colds, but actually it's not true at all. A sudden downpour of rain makes you absolutely sodden, and the fact of the matter is, water conducts cold 25 or so times quicker than air. So you've got to be able to dry yourself in any survival situation. It's one of the absolute keys.
So we need to make sure that we protect the firewood.
Yes, exactly.
So should we do a toast?
Yeah. Guys,
To a successful trip, to new bonds and friendships.
cheers, guys.
Well, one more thing I may add. Our incredible porters and Julius and Masai.
Here's to our Tanzanian brothers.
Yeah.
Hey?
I think the porters really revived the spirit of the Stanley expedition for us in so many ways that it would really be incomplete if they weren't here. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stanley wasn't quite as caring or concerned about his other guys. He tried to beat them, but our guys are important to us, and I think they respond and respect that.
Do you think the rain's going to come in tonight?
Yeah, and I think the rain will come from that way, unfortunately,
Yeah.
through the side of the tent.
The rains are a huge problem for us because when we sleep, we've got this one tarp up, but the truth is it's so exposed on the sides that if the wind can suddenly change and the rain starts pouring in, all of our gear gets wet. It's a real potential to get hypothermia out there.
I mean, if it does really come in, I could drop another tarp
No,
off
no,
that
the
thing.
front's already blown through. If it rains, it'll come down. But, yeah.
Pasquale come from your right.
No, it will not rain horizontal.
Pasquale is a big character, forceful character, and in my mind, a dangerous character. He makes assumptions all the time, and sometimes I wonder about his judgment.
I think we're in good shape.
Pasquale, you know I said the rain was going to come in this way, and you said it would come in that way.
Just let it come. Ready?
The rain is coming in this way. Pasquale doesn't listen, or at least he certainly doesn't listen to me. I can't help thinking a lot of it is to do with ego. And a little bit of me certainly thinks we're paying the price for his ego.
Nothing's worse than waking up in rain. I just hate it. Hey guys, I'm gonna try to get a cup of coffee up for us, all right? Yeah, there it is. See, the wood's dry here. Huh? Break them into little tiny pieces. See? Yeah, it's all dry. Generally, I get up about 4:30, and I generally make coffee, tea for the group. We have a team that's tired, cold, and wet. Now's when we need to get a little bit of hot in them. Miracle, we got this fire burning.
Pasquale took out my firewood that I've been nurturing. He's used some of the most vital bits of kindling and exposed the rest to the rain. I'm a bit fed up, actually, because it doesn't matter whether you start off the day with tea or not. I think Pasquale was misguided there. Actually, what you need in terms of survival is to get through the day and have a warm meal in the evening, because we're going to get wet whatever happens today. And now we're at risk of not having any fire this evening at all.
Okay, we've got coffee and tea over here. We got plenty, I think.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried, I have to say, about my firewood.
Your firewood's fine.
I just worry that, I mean, there are a few precious little straws there, and those are absolutely key.
There's tons in there. I used virtually nothing. Not even a handful.
Well, if we don't get a meal tonight, it'll be your fault.
Benedict pissed me off. The team concept of this thing, the expedition concept, is different than his solo survival concept. But, you know, I've learned to hold my tongue. I can be a lot more outspoken. They think I'm outspoken now. You guys better keep that burning. I leave and the fire dies. Oh, you got it? All right.
It hasn't gone unnoticed that The Saguaro Mountains is the place where Stanley was shot at by his own team members. You know, they wanted to kill him. I wonder how close Pasquale is coming to meeting his death.
I think we're just going to have to march through the rain and get out of the mountains.
Let's give it another hour, huh?
This could be the lightest of the rain. It could get much worse. The longer we wait, the wetter the trails get, the harder it gets to move across anyway. I mean, it's really a catch-22 whether we wait it out or keep going. But
Never leave good shelter in inclement weather, in really, really bad weather. Why? We're dry, everything's dry, our moods are good.
There is a risk of hypothermia.
But there is a risk. These guys are cold over there now.
There's a little wind too.
You know, it just wicks that heat right off you.
it might seem to go against logic to walk through the rain, but it's actually the best thing you can do because it gets your body temperature up, and that hypothermia that could set in from just sitting there cold in the rain, waiting for hours for the rain to pass, could be detrimental.
My guys, some of them are really wet. They just want to move right now because they think if they keep moving, they will be warmer than instead of staying here.
Go and look at these strong men from Bagamoyo. You look strong. You must be from Bagamoyo. People don't understand that the porters have families. They need this job because they have to work. There'd be nice ladies up along the road, huh? They'd be waving at us. And I'm really big on the fact that these are real individuals with real hearts and real souls. We need to take care of them. We're all in this together. I like Bagamoyo, guys. Basically, we have about a 7.5 mile day today. It'll be one of our best days.
Yeah. Can you ask how high this pass is? There's a mountain ridge.
Just because we have a guide doesn't make it any easier. If he's within a kilometer's village, he knows everything. Once he gets 5 kilometers away, he probably doesn't know a whole lot. So we have 4,000 foot pass to cross, so let's definitely try to get here. We've got the stream crossing. We can get 7.2 miles today. I guarantee you the attitudes of everybody's going to be great. We're over the pass.
Every time we start cooling down. I think people just have to...
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of letting up. Okay, let's go, Twende. I am a student of African history. I've read the books, I've read what these guys have gone through, and I want to experience it. All right, we're off. The cold, the shivers, and the mud, and the wet feet, and the blisters, and the bug bites. It's going to be in our souls and our hearts. Yeah, and I love it. That's why I do it. I want to see if we're as tough as these guys are. Go this way, huh? Señores! Okay, Twende.
Oh, you guys, look.
Go this way, here.
Pasquale, look.
Remember.
This is one of the deadliest snakes out here.
It's a baby, which actually makes it more dangerous than the adults because they don't have control of their venom, so don't let the size fool you.
Okay.
You know, we're in snake country, and as we're going through the Saguaro Mountains, this is the sort of creature that we need to be so alert and on the lookout for because its bite is actually so venomous that it could kill you within 30 minutes. So watch out for those boys.
This is as real a danger as danger gets, and there's no anti-venom.
It didn't stop raining for very long, did it?
What I don't want to do is get anybody hypothermic by slowing down because the port is starting to freeze. It's cold, the wind's blowing. It's really uncomfortable. In fact, it's almost deadly now. Okay, mud, be careful, it's downhill. Really, this one's muddy.
Doesn't look good, does it?
No, it don't look good.
It's gonna be steep for them.
Yeah. You okay?
Everybody okay? I'm good. Porter's good? Yes.
You're climbing this mountain, and really that's hard enough, but then you add buckets of rain on top of you, and the trails are so slippery. You're just slipping and sliding. Your boots are muddy. It's really hard. The ground just seems to slip away from you as you're treading through it.
We've gone at least 2 kilometers. He says he thinks this is good up here. Ask him if there's camp.
Okay, yeah. He's saying,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going arcing around a bit too far to the north.
Well, he keeps leading us on. Well, guys, between the rainstorm and crossing this thing, I've lost track. We've gone at least 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers to go.
All right. Let's go up a little further. What do you think? This way?
Pasquale,
Yeah.
village ahead.
Yeah, that's where we're going, guys. Sangapi and Mnuzi.
Wait, it's steeper, but it's faster?
But that's not on the route. Which is the direct route we're going to Mbuzi? Yeah. In my experience in traveling through Africa for all these years, I've been lost more with guides than without.
Just to confirm though, we're sure this is a shorter route?
Well, it's cross country. I've been talking to this guy. He's really flaky in certain directions. He really is.
He's flaky. You said he was very accurate.
Well, I was very accurate time getting here. But as soon as I got here, I've asked him 10 times about food.
What's the downside? Is it just steeper or something?
Yeah.
What did he say now? Yeah, follow him. Okay, 1 hour, right? 1 hour.
But now he's going the other way. Wait a minute. No.
From a lot of years of mountain exploration, my hardcore rule is once darkness hits, there's really no options in the mountains. It's too dangerous to go. So if you're not ready to camp, there's a good chance of death. You know, I gotta have direction or I'll do it myself.
We just want to make sure that that is the shorter route.
Yeah. Okay, what did he say now?
Yeah, follow him.
Follow him, okay. 1 hour, right? 1 hour. That's what happens. My faith in the guy all of a sudden goes like that. Come on, guys, let's walk. Let's go. There is no such thing as a second place, just first loser. My philosophy is if you're in bad conditions, get out of it. You know, I just draw on my 30 years experience is all I do. It's gut instinct for me. There's no intelligence involved, it's just wisdom. I've had 2 team members die on expeditions. So I know what it's like to carry the team. I know it's like to carry the bodies of my teammates off a mountain and down a river, dead, you know, so that colors how I do things. Come on this way. And it may seem controlling, but until you've taken a teammate that you love and wrapped their body in a tarp and carry them out for 3 days, then you don't understand it. When you got a guy's blood on your hands because his head's crushed nothing from falling 400 feet, you know, then because he was with you on your rope that you didn't tie the knot off on the bottom, you know, that's why. So. Okay, guys, keep coming. This may be the summit, guys. We're real close to it. Let's go this way, huh? This is hard.
It's raining.
It's clearing up a little bit here.
We're all shivering, we're all really cold. We want to make sure and take the opportunity right now while it's not raining to set up a camp, get the fire going. We got to get something hot in us and just wait for the rain.
Check out the baobabs.
It's a great tree.
Really nice. Isn't that a great view?
Great sight, yeah.
How old is that?
They're really beautiful ancient trees.
It's a good spot.
That would have been here when Stanley, Livingstone, Burton, Speke, all these people passed through. Baobabs. It's known as the tree where man was born because it looks so mysterious. Miraculous as a tree. You slash it, it'll just bulge out again and heal itself. And it's one of the few trees that can withstand a battering from an elephant. The great thing is that baobabs are resistant to fire. Amazing trees, absolutely glorious.
So what's down here?
There's a man who live here. You see, this is a clean area.
Yep.
Snake.
Little rabbits or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a snake.
I've been in the bush, I've been with animals, I've been with animals in the ground. You don't know whether there's a snake there. Maybe you can do something wrong and then you can be guided.
Snakes are too dangerous?
Yeah, you took all
If
that.
something were to happen,
Yeah. That's a perfect place for a snake. I think we should
Bury it. Bury it.
I don't think burying a snake is such a good idea, actually. Should we just try one of the other baobabs?
It's a nice looking camp to me.
As we come to our campsite, it's my job to assess the dangers. It's very rare that you find that perfect campsite. I mean, this is classic snake country. A lot of cover. I always look around, obviously, for snakes.
It's like a hole there.
But most snakes will just disappear.
Great, good tree.
Let's find a place for the porters.
Okay. Well, it's just better safe than sorry, you know, because I was talking to you actually, Pasquale.
So this is the camp?
Yeah.
Well, do the tarp then.
This tree's gonna be a little bit of a challenge for shelter. We've got these high branches. It'll mean some tricky rope work, and we'll see how that works. I'm putting up the shelter and stringing ropes over a baobab tree, which is hundreds and hundreds of years old. And I had never really done stuff like that before. I don't want to be the guy that's not pulling his weight.
This American toss. Here we go. For his place in the Olympic finals.
Oh no! I caught my foot.
Yeah. No place for second place.
You can't put too much. Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah!
It's not that settled, this weather, at all. It's all damp. Oh, God. Wait. We have fire.
Yeah. You know how to do that.
Okay, today's day 13 of the expedition, and we're in the Saguaro Mountains. What was interesting is that Stanley came to Africa not as an explorer, but as a journalist. You know, I came to Africa not as an explorer either, as a journalist, and I'm learning so much along the way. I don't know if I'll be a complete explorer by the time this thing is over, but I'm certainly understanding a lot more about Africa and Tanzania, and perhaps be a little more comfortable in it.
Everyone, I've got a little treat for this evening. This is something the locals eat. It's called sondo.
Yummy.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. A neat little package. Ooh.
Oh, they're moving around.
Yep, one's...
oh, no, that looks just tasty.
I'm always on the lookout for anything we can eat as we go along, any sources of nourishment to supplement our expedition. And a local guide handed me this pod, and he said, this is a local delicacy.
So it's a pod full of maggots.
Yeah, these are larvae. It's very much a survival rule that larvae are edible. Their body's packed full of essential growing juices. There's one thing is that they're hairy, which makes me think probably shouldn't eat them raw.
They've already got hairs on them, so that they could be creating some kind of defense.
Yeah.
Toxic.
So I don't know whether we can eat these raw or not.
Or we shouldn't eat them raw. No, let's cook them if we're gonna eat them.
I like mine well done.
Yeah, me too. I want to cook them.
I like my larvae well done. Thanks.
They're pretty well dead now. Should we have a little look?
Is that okay? That it still has all the hair?
Eat it.
Yep, eat up. Go on.
Uh-oh, that's really well.
Did you hear that?
Oh, don't you?
Just thought I heard a little beep.
It's saying goodbye.
Now bite it. Bite it.
Feel it squish the back of your throat.
Oh, you could hear the crunch.
It does.
I'll take this one.
Oh, did you hear it squash? Did you hear it squash?
It's more than squishy, it explodes in your mouth.
I mean, you know, let's be real. We eat eggs, we eat chicken eggs, and we eat caviar is just another fish eggs.
Caviar's very good.
Yeah, so in a lot of
I
ways.
don't really like caviar.
I don't either.
Really?
I don't like either.
Kevin, you're like Mr. Eager Beaver. You okay?
How are you feeling? It might not have been as edible as we thought.
I feel really guilty about what's happened. Essentially, I didn't listen to my instincts. I saw the caterpillars were hairy. That was a bad sign to me. Potentially, I've put the whole team at risk.
Hey, Kevin.
Are you okay? Hey, Kevin? Kevin? Benedict, we might almost have sacrificed the expedition for larvae. It seemed like a foolish thing to do.
Kevin!
Tea, dude. Yeah, I'd love some. Oh, thanks, man. You're a star.
Kevin was really sick from having eaten those hairy caterpillars, and we can't help but feel so guilty because, you know, we should have protected him in a sense. You know, he is the young one in experience out here, and we sort of led him to the wolves.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel totally fine this morning.
Maybe, you know, they eat them deep fried.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they should have been deep fried, huh?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they should have been eaten. They were too hairy.
But that is an extraordinary blunder if, that's true, something went badly wrong.
You guys want to go ahead and go over this map, huh?
Yeah.
We've gone from the lowland coastal plains up to the Cigar Mountains, which actually that uplift goes all the way down through Tanzania almost. Today, we want to get all the way to Lumum. In Lumum, it's going to be about the same distance as we trekked yesterday. And we're in these foothills, these ranges of foothills. So you go over the mountains and we drop into the plain. So now we're higher.
All right.
We're just going to go up and down.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster ride down. As we come down a little bit, we're going to be going to the Bahi Swamp salt flats.
Did you like the Cigar Mountains?
I did actually.
Once we start walking, I'm a walking.
We are heading out of the Cigaras now. Things are looking much better than yesterday. Generally, I think. We feel a little bit relieved to be out of all that wetness and all the problems that wetness brings about. Our pace has picked up, and I think that's partly because we have a sense of our own mortality in a way. We're realizing how much we're wearing down. I think we feel it's important to keep moving while the going's good.
Isn't that a great view?
Great sight, yeah.
Lovely view, yeah. Wow.
I like how it overlooks that green valley.
At last we see the Bahi swamp ahead of us. We think we're in the clear. But the Sagara Mountains have one more trick up their sleeve.
Kabiri!
What's up, man?
What's the matter? Malaria?
One of the porters, Stanislav, collapses with malaria.
You're starting to feel like you're burning up. Yeah, he's really hot.
Well, you start hurt, all over sore, huh?
Mm-hmm. Malaria is an infection of the blood carried by mosquitoes. The onset is rapid, the deterioration is rapid, delirium can set in. Malaria and AIDS are the #1 and 2 killer. They are huge health problems in Africa today.
Are you feeling achy?
Does his head hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we need you to get better.
Yeah.
Your health is the most important thing at this point. And I know you're not feeling like you want to carry a pack for the next 7 kilometers, do you? You know, carrying 25 kilos on your head and trekking every day is not the treatment for malaria. You know, that's a death sentence.
But you cannot treat him and get better just today.
Yeah,
No,
his
of
health
course
is
not.
the most important
No, of course
thing.
not. Unfortunately, that's what happened to a lot of Stanley's porters. Started off with 192, ended up with 50. lots of them died. Lots of them died from malaria, smallpox, dysentery, all of those things. Stanley wasn't quite as caring or concerned about his other guys. He only stopped when he was sick, and he tried to beat them into continuing when they were sick. We weren't going to let that happen on our expedition.
Yeah, this is not your fault, you know. It could have happened to any one of us. We could have been struck down by malaria. Pasquale and I, we've had malaria, and we know what it's like. We feel like we're dying. It's a serious disease, you can die, so it has to be treated. The mood is devastation. It's as if he's died. The other porters are in tears, they're holding their heads, they're turning away from each other. They're absolutely devastated, and I think it's because expeditions either make or break people, and for the porters at least, it's been making them. They've been binding together. They had a commitment that they were going to keep on going whatever happens as a unit.
I know you're worried about him, but he's going to be good. He's going to get some good medical attention and be well taken care of. He will be, okay?
Now one part of that unit's gone, and it's been a shock seeing him fall, but I think it's also made them realise that they're vulnerable out here too, and they may be next.
I'm gonna have to let you go with the medics and just get treated. We weren't gonna leave him behind. We're not gonna do that with any of our porters. We wanted to get him medical attention, and luckily there was a medic, in that village that we were passing through, and we were able to get him, the proper attention. He's had malaria in the past, so we think it might be malaria. But we're gonna have him, go with you, and if you can treat him, you... Okay. Guys, we've got to leave Stanislav here because we got to keep on moving on. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dear.
Let's say goodbye then. Stanislav, you've been great. A strong member of the team. Thanks so much. Yeah, get well.
Yeah? You good, huh? Sante.
Thank you.
Hey, they're our brothers. We're all in this together. We need to take care of them. If we promise them we're going to take care of them, go to a Gigi, then we need to keep that promise, or we don't need to make that promise. The fact that he went down affected our morale. Okay, Duende. Makes me sad, it makes me angry. There's so many emotions that are going through my head.
No choices now.
No, there isn't. Fortunately. Yeah.
Ready, guys?
This is what can happen in Africa. Malaria is still a very serious illness, and we have to be careful. The same thing can happen to any of us here. Stanislav was the first. He may not be the last, and I'm concerned about that.
Finally, huh?
Yeah. Stanley made his journey in 9 months. We're gonna make that 950-mile journey in 30 days. We're checking the most difficult parts of Stanley's journey, but we're skipping over the more populated areas.
You ready?
All right, let's get out of here.
To get to the points that really give us the Stanley experience.
Next time on Expedition.
Where's Benedict? Where's Maria?
Temperatures and tempers hit the boiling point.
What the
He's angry.
Are you kidding me?
Exploration is more than about arriving at a goal.
It's the normal way it's done in the mountain
That's
village.
fine, then you stop there and
but
you
the
don't
goal
leave the
is
water
you do
behind.
not stop.